Here. Oh, no. Go by. Baby, get your flat ass down.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ezinne Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay guys, so I just finished watching the 4th episode of the 2nd season of The Real Housewives of Lagos. Yes guys, so I actually thought from the clips we saw of what's going to be happening in this episode from the last episode, I actually thought it's going to be like a real Gbos situation. Yes, but I just saw two people fooling themselves, making themselves look silly. And I'm not talking about Faith in this matter, because Faith is truly the Amazon goddess that she claims to be. Please, somebody should teach me Faith's ways, how to be in, a possible situation and still retain your composure and still be calm, because that babe is giving me everything that should be given this season. Yes, guys. So, of course, this episode was all about Iyabo'S getaway. Yes, guys, Iyabo took the ladies to a 3-day getaway, which she did not invite Laura to. In her defense, she said that it was because of the last season where she invited Laura for something on the boat and Laura did not come. We all remember. And she was like, she was afraid of water and all that. Meanwhile, when Toyin had her stuff in Dubai on a yacht, Laura came, even at that last episode, where they were at that pool area, that Laura was even swimming. She was not afraid of water. So she lied just not to come for Iyabo'S event. Also, she cited the whole thing that happened on her daughter's birthday, that's Priscilla, where she invited Laura. And Laura just stayed for 5 minutes and left and claimed that her husband was waiting for her downstairs. Now, you all know that in her confessional, Laura actually said that she lied, which Iyabo later found out, and she was like, since Laura doesn't love coming to her events, well, she's not going to invite Laura. She said this to Chioma, and Chioma was like, okay, if you're not going to invite her, I will, because it won't be nice for you to invite Faith, who Laura introduced to the group, and not invite Laura. It would be somehow. So that was how Choma called up Laura, invited Laura, and then Laura in turn invited Faith. Yes, guys. Now, meanwhile, in that conversation between Choma and Iyabo, they actually did point out, that Mariam is kind of fake. Because you remember the first episode, Mariam called them fake because they were all lovey-dovey with Laura. Meanwhile, they are not that close with her. I mean, the irony, because they also cited that Mariam and Tiana, that is Toyin, are not in good terms, right? But somehow she is trying to form that they are good. So, yeah. Truly, I believe them, and I think I said it, I think in the 2nd episode, when I was analyzing and reviewing it, I told you guys that this Mariam is just pissing me off. She's a two-faced person. Anyways, fast forward to the day of the weekend getaway. So they all arrived. First it was Chioma and Tanya. Then we had Faith and Toyin, that is Tiana. Now, for some reason, Iyabo had issues with Faith's dressing. According to her, like, why is Faith always wearing black as if she's going for a funeral? I'm like, obsessed much? Like, everybody's wearing what they want to wear. You never complained about it. It's not like she wore a train now, and you're still complaining about what the girl is wearing. I'm like, okay, let's just be watching. Then in comes Miss Notice Me, that is Mariam. I don't even know what to call that babe. Like, she had a champagne glass in her hand. She was wiggling her, behind that was not there. And she was a late comer, yes. So, of course, Iyabo, being the host, showed them to their rooms. I mean, it's beautiful. That place is actually serene. It was a serene environment, beautiful. I think it's Lakey something resort, Lakey Bay Resort or something of that sort. Then in the evening, they had a movie night, a movie which Iyabo featured in, which is also a way for her to celebrate her 25 years on stage. Oh my, that's a lot. Yes, guys, and the team was stripper. Now in comes Mariam wearing that stuff that she wore, and she said that this is not Mariam, this is actually Shaquina or something of that sort. Then of course we had Tanya come in looking not so much stripper like. Then we had Faith. Then we had Faith, or more, she's looking good. And then somehow Mariam had an issue with what Faith was wearing, saying that she was wearing something as if she was going for a booty call or something. This she said in her confessionals. Then we had Chioma walking, looking good. I mean, wearing lingerie and all that. Then we had somehow Tiana. I'm like, Tiana, are you going for prayers? Because Skilele. Anyways, they all came, and as they were talking, Iyabo was like, you know what, where is Laura? I mean, she's supposed to be there. Like, she was like, Choma, what of your friend? And Choma was like, who? And then Choma caught it and she was like, oh, let me call her. And then that was when Mariam started her shenanigans. Like, oh, I mean, the way you take Laura is not the way Laura takes you. Like, Laura is always warm and all that when she talks about you, but you just like don't care. You don't call your friend. I mean, your friend is supposed to be here and you're not calling her. And meanwhile, in her confessionals, Faith already said that she knew that Laura wasn't coming because Laura has been expecting her husband for the longest time. So probably now she's under something, if you get what I mean. So she knew that Laura wasn't going to come, but she didn't want to divulge it to the ladies because she felt like, you know what, I don't have a reason to tell you guys anything. Before tomorrow, you people come and use me and be gossiping and tell Laura that I said that she said and all that stuff. So she was like, I mean, what's going on here? Before we could say Jack, Mariam just lost it. Like, Mariam just started out of the blue. Like, is she not your friend? And that was when Faith was like, is she not your friend too? And then Mariam went off. Oh, that's how you did this. Like, it was a show of silliness. And she was just shouting. At some point, I'm like, how many drinks have they had? Because, like, you can't tell me that a normal thinking person will start this kind of argument. Business argument. Like, okay, her relationship with Laura, how is that your business? I mean, the host of the show, Iyabo, did not even invite Laura in the first place. So why is this you guys' problem? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, Choma, after calling Laura wasn't peeking. Then she came back to see it, and there was this back and forth between Mariam and Faith. At some point, Faith said, you know what, go sit your flat ass down. And I think the funniest thing was how Mariam actually went to sit down. And at some point, Faith said that, you know what, that Mariam has a raccoon face. I'm like, a raccoon? Tiana is a mad person. I love her vibe. Tiana that is toying, she was like, the more, Faith was talking, or sorry, the more Mariam was talking, she could actually see the raccoon face. So at some point, Iyabo put herself in there. There was a back and forth. Like, Iyabo was being so mean. She had this mean girl energy this season. Like, what was the reason? Like, Faith was trying to explain herself. They were talking over her. 2 occasions, they came to her face like, as if they want to slap her. This one said, I go slap her. This one said she will do this. And Faith was like, okay, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Like, what? Okay, the Laura you people are claiming to be fighting for, you people don't even like Laura. I mean, you've said it several times in this season that you don't like Laura. So why on earth are you trying to, make it seem like, okay, Faith doesn't care about Laura? So that what? You people will derive some type of, what do I even say? Some type of, rivalry or whatever beef between the ladies. Like, according to what they were saying, they've actually went to Laura to tell Laura, that, at Choma's event, we asked about you and Faith didn't say this or say that. And Laura was like, no matter what, she's still my friend and I love her. And Faith is saying, my dynamics with Laura, we know. She's my girl. I know my dynamics with her. So why would I explain anything to you ladies? Which to me makes actually, like, it makes sense, right? And Iyabo just like, hey, I'm like, how this superiority complex is crazy, right? Like that was what happened today. Oh, that was what happened in this episode. Oh, how can I even forget? There was even a time that Iyabo actually did invite Dr. Rommel for the getaway. Now, Dr. Rommel is not her friend though. Dr. Rommel is actually Faith's friend, and you are inviting him without telling Faith. Yikes, these women are messy. They are messy. And I think the one that pissed me off more, aside from Mariam making herself look stupid, is actually Tanya. Like Tanya was infused into the show to bring in or to replace Caroline. We all know Caroline was fire. She might have been annoying in season 1, but she was fire. But Tanya is bland. She's like, I don't know how to put it. Like, she just came into the show the same time with Faith, but somehow she's joining the other ladies to hate on Faith. And I'm like, Kilele, what is your problem? See, this is what I think about the ladies this season, right? I think that Iyabo is being this mean girl. You know how there's a group of girlfriends and one wants to always be the leader, always wants to be, how do I put it? Always want to be obeyed, never want to be disrespected, but feels that she always has the liberty to disrespect people. Yeah, that's the character that she's playing this season. For Mariam, Mariam is making an ass out of herself. Honestly, I told you guys from the first episode that Mariam was doing a lot this season. Like, this is not the Mariam we saw in the first season. I don't know, she just wants to be the main character so bad. Because, I mean, remember in their reunion, she really didn't have a lot of storyline, that she literally had to return the gift that Caroline gave her just so to create a storyline. And I think she's really trying hard to be one of the it girls of this season. And she's kind of like intimidated with Faith, because Faith is a newbie that has started, her style, her composure, the way she talks. Everything about her is making her one of the it girls, if not the it girl of the season. And then Chioma, sorry, but I feel like this season Chioma has become a follower. Chioma used to be that babe in, that it girl in season 1, but now she's just wants to continue with this whole narrative of she and Iyabo are big sister, kid sister, follow Iyabo's steps. And I'm like, nah, it's not given. Tiana is one person this season that has actually been real. Baby girl has been real, and I love her realness. No faking zone. She feels something, she tells you. I mean, there was a scene where she and Chioma went for a dinner, and then Chioma was trying to guilt trip her to feel like, okay, whatever I said about you, you shouldn't be angry about it because you are the one that tried to be physical or go physical at me. I don't get why you would do that. As a friend, you're not supposed to do that. This is the same Chioma that have forgotten that she was the one that pushed Caroline in season 1. Yikes, the joke keep writing themselves this season in the Real Housewives of Lagos. And Toyin did not let her. Toyin was like, you know what? You disrespect me again. I'm not going to guarantee you that I wouldn't do the same thing that I did. I mean, that's on period. Anyways, for me, I feel like Toyin has actually been very, very real. And Laura is a good vibe this season. I mean, Laura was a bit stuck up last season. And I think she's just avoiding Wahala because she doesn't want them to use her as a villain like they did in season 1. And I love that for her. And some of the ladies, I feel like they don't really like that, Laura is having these good vibes about her and all of that. Faith is that newbie that has come onto the scene and to take over the scene. Yes. Now, Dr. Rommel, I'm still trying to figure him out. He looks like this goody two shoes and everything, good vibes guy, but I feel like he's trying to use that gathering to get to some of the ladies, if you get what I mean, maybe to expand his clientele because of the kind of job that he does. He does all these cosmetic surgeries and all of that, maybe to get more people to patronize him. Because I remember he recently launched a clinic, I think that was last week or so. Faith wasn't there. Now, knowing that Faith was the one that introduced him to the group, and knowing that Iyabo called him without letting Faith know, and also knowing that Chioma and Iyabo was at that event, it looks like all is not well between Faith and Dr. Rommel. But let's see what actually happens as the show progresses. So that's what I think about today's episode. So yeah, Faith is really keeping them on their toes. She's really giving them pressure. And I feel like most of these ladies are kind of like intimidated by Faith because no matter what they do, baby girl is not bulging. And I like that for her. Let me know what you think in the comment section. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezinne Williams.